9 devotees got together and we went out to do our kriya on the edge of the waterfall, and it was different entirely. Just being in that nature environment, feeling the sand between my fingers as the kriya went on, absolutely amazing. Straight after kriya, we did the pop meditation. During the meditation, every single time there were thoughts running through your mind, the waterfall just automatically drowned it out, and you melted away, like perfectly, with nature itself. Afterwards, we took a walk, and we settled in another space to do satsang. During this week we had Yatish, who you've previously seen now, who had gone through a whole lot of experiences himself, especially being new, and Baba's grace, every single question that was asked at that satsang answered all of his questions, and that is exactly how Baba works.
Before we take birth, before we decide that we want to come to this planet, we are in a state of shunya. We are in a state, you can think of it as a state of perfect knowledge. It's a state where you know exactly what experiences you need to have. You know exactly what you've done in your past. You know all the karma you've done. You know all of the emotions that you have had, all the emotions you have expressed, and all of the things that you're holding on to. So you know all of the expressions that you need to have in the next life, right? At that point, you start choosing. You start saying, okay, I need to express certain emotions, certain expressions, certain impressions in my next life. Then you start saying, okay, who can I bring with me? Who can I share these impressions with? So you choose your family members. You choose your husband or your wife. You choose all your boyfriends, all your girlfriends. You choose all the people that break your heart. You choose all the people that you fall in love with, all the people that you decide to cheat on, all the people that cheat on you, all the people that you decide to have a crush on, all of those people. You know, you choose all the people you interact with, all your friends, you choose your pets, you choose everyone that you're going to interact with in this life. You all make a contract and you come down. So at that point in time, you choose everything that you are going to do in this life, right? You choose all of the interactions you're going to have. You choose all of the emotional place that you have with other people, and then you take birth. Once you take birth, those interactions are fixed. So if you are going to meet someone at age 19, you are going to meet the person at age 19. There's nothing that can happen. So when people say that your life is fixed, that you cannot change your destiny is written, this is true. You cannot change your destiny is fixed. This is what they mean by it. It's not that God wrote your destiny, it's you yourself that wrote your own destiny for this life. So all the activities that happen to you, all the events that happen to you, all the things that happen to you were chosen by you to happen to you, not by anyone else. So you can't blame God for the things that happen to you. You can't blame your guru for all the things that happen to you. You can't blame any external person for all the things that happen to you. They are only the mechanism by which these things happen to you. In truth, it is you that chose these things to happen to you because of some karma that you've done, or some emotion that you are holding on to, that you have to deal with. So when you take birth, everything in your life is fixed. Nothing is going to change. What you have control over is how you react to these things. Because how you react to it determines what's going to happen in the future. Monji says that your karma is equal to your action plus emotion. Your karma is equal to your thought plus emotion. It's the emotion that is creating the new karma, nothing else. So the emotion, how you react to the situation that you are put into, is creating new karma for you, which you can experience in this life and of course experience in lives that come after this. But when grace comes, something very different happens. Very different happens. Everything gets sped up much faster. Much faster. What normally would have happened in 5 years for you will happen in 5 minutes for you. That is one of the most difficult things to actually do, because you can go through this from so many different angles. You know, from a terrestrial sense, you know, you can think of Monji as a piece of glass. You know, you make him what rely on someone to ask advice, someone who sees the bigger picture in this world, and you need that advice, whether it's business, whether it's family, whether it's studying, whether it's day-to-day things, whether it's spiritual life, whatever it is, but you need this fatherly figure. He becomes that. Sometimes you need someone who can just put his hands around your shoulder and just say, you know what, it's going to be okay. You know, you're going through a hard time now, but life is like this. There's ups and downs. You're going through a down now, but life will eventually turn up. It must. Life can't be down all the time. And he can be that. So he can be that motherly figure as well. He can be a friend, someone who you can just spend time with, gossip with, talk to. You know, he can be a teacher to impart knowledge. You know, he can be more than that. Monji can be the experience of life. He can be the experience that we are searching for. And when we start thinking and seeing Monji like this, then we start going deeper and deeper into his true nature. Monji is not just a person or a body. He is that, and he can fulfill those roles, but he is not just that. Monji is an experience that happens. An experience that has no age, no name, no birth, no death. Monji is the experience of what we were speaking about just now. This experience is there to trigger off the same experience inside of us. So Monji is that catalyst experience. He is that starting experience who comes into contact with us to show us that we are the same experience, the experience of liberation. Monji is something to you. You know, when I started, to me, Monji was very, very much a father figure. You know, very much someone who told me, be yourself. It's okay to be yourself. It doesn't mean you're weak if you have weaknesses. You're not a weak person if you have weaknesses. Everyone has weaknesses, everyone has strengths. It means you're normal. You know? He was a father figure. I needed to hear that. I thought because I had weaknesses, I was a weak person. I only had to project my strengths. And when I met Monji and I realized I can have weaknesses and still be a strong person. Still be a valuable member of society. That was a breakthrough to me. So that was Mohanji as my father glass figure. you know. So I was the glass maker, and I took this piece of glass and I made Mohanji into a father. But then as time went on, I needed emotional support. So I put Mohanji, this glass, back into the furnace, and I molded him again into a mother. Same piece of glass. He became a mother. And I got my emotional support. And then I needed a guru. Same piece of glass. I put back into the furnace. I blew into it again. My breath, I blew into it again. And he became a guru. Then I needed more. Same piece of glass. I put into the furnace. My breath, I blew into the glass. And he changed. Till you realize the only thing Mohanji is doing is reflecting your breath. That's why he says, you and I are one. We are the same.
You connect back to nature and actually just walk in nature. We took a beautiful walk. Yeah. So I would urge everyone to take an opportunity to come and join us every Sunday in nature and just experience the outdoors again.
It was like really amazing to be out there with nature and with the entire group. It was calming and relaxing, and gave me a real peace of mind, and I feel I'm much better and able to think a lot clearer right now.
We went there to sit and do Kriya in nature by the river and a lovely waterfall. So in true Datta tradition, we were very much part of nature, and it was a very different experience doing Kriya out in the open, under the greenery, the trees, listening to the water. And the water literally drowned out all the sound. That's all that you could hear. And I just found at a certain point, the Kriya, I kind of melted into the whole environment of nature and just felt very much at one with the surroundings and being outside and such.